Hi, in this video we're going to be reviewing and unboxing the Triton Thickness Planer. I bought this one from ffx.com. The reason being it was on sale for £279 in the UK. I was actually waiting for it to come on Amazon for £299, but I actually got a better deal elsewhere. So yeah, we're going to do a bit of unboxing, see what's inside the box, see what we get, and doing a test run and see how it goes. For those who don't know what a thicknesser is, it's basically a surface planer which allows you to thin down a material to the desired thickness, or to just surface plane it and make it nice and smooth. So for what I'm going to be using it for, it'll be great. And I used to have a thickness jointer, which is a 2-in-1 machine, but the bed wasn't wide enough to do wider boards, so hence why I try to go for this one, which gives you just under 300 millimeters of width, which is quite good. So if I'm making chopping boards or things like that, it'll be great to get them nice and surface plane so it's nice and smooth. Just helps reduce down the sanding and other things that need to be done. So let's get on with it and do the unboxing. So I've just unboxed the thickness planer, and to be fair, there wasn't really much to do. This knob seems to just fit straight on, and I have to say it's a very smooth mechanism. It goes up and down really nicely. There isn't really much to do apart from add the dust port extraction, which is just two little Allen key bolts. I didn't realise there was an Allen key at the back of the machine, just sitting here. It just wasn't, I don't know why I missed out, but it's there to adjust any bolts or anything, so use that to fit your dust port. And around the dust port there was just a fine little sponge around to just help increase the suction and the airflow, to make sure the dust actually escapes really nicely. So that'd be interesting to test out. These two beds either side, they just open and close, as you can see. Only thing I wasn't too sure about were these two little things, and it looks like it's a magnet. If anyone knows what this is or what it's for, it's very difficult to understand from the images. Could you be kind enough and leave a comment below so I know what it is? I have no idea whether it's important or not, so at the moment I'm just going to leave it aside. One other great thing I noticed for maybe guys in Europe and the UK it's got a UK and a Euro plug converter already on here, so you can actually take the UK plug off and use it as a Euro plug as well, which is great for, like I said, for all the other European countries that want to use this machine. First things first, and my first impressions taken in the box, the build quality is really well. It looks plasticky, but it really is quite a solid machine. It does weigh quite a bit, so just bear that in mind when you're trying to lift the machine. I can try to find the weight and dimensions, and I'll add it into the description below, but if you've got a bad back, please bear that in mind. It is a heavy machine. The one thing I'm really impressed is the mechanism and how it goes up and down so smoothly. I had the Triton Thicknesser jointer before, and it was shocking. It was really bad, very clunky, just really stiff to move. And after, no matter how much greasing or cleaning up you do, it just wasn't as smooth as this. So I'm really impressed, and I love the width of the bed you have. Like I said, I'm going to be probably using this to clean up some rough sawn material, playing some things like chopping boards just to get it nice and smooth. So the width is perfect for me. Now all we need to do is just do a bit of a test run. So I'm going to just connect this up to my dust port and get the machine on. We can see how loud it is, how smooth it cuts, and whether it's actually good enough to use straight out of the box. So yeah, let's get on with that now. So just to test out the machine, I've got one of my chopping boards here, and you can see they're still quite rough on either side. Ideally you'd want one side of the surface planed already, but I've checked this against a flat surface and there's not movement in here, so it should be fine enough to just put through the planer. It'll be interesting to see how smooth it comes out in the first run. So let's give it a shot. I've got my Air Defender's dust mask on. It's connected up to my dust extraction system, but as a temporary measure, because I'm still trying to get the correct port size so I can have a nice, clean, easy fit. So what we're going to do now is just going to lower the machine by just undoing this and getting it to the right thickness. For a second I was actually moving this the opposite way. I don't know why I went the opposite way for some reason, but just 2 single passes through. It's nice and smooth. The question is it flat? So let's have a look on a flat surface. So I'm just going to use this worktop I've got here to see how flat it is. Very slight movements. What I may do is just to run one more pass and through it and see how it goes. But you can see on the edge of the boards, there's no tear out, there's no chip out, nothing whatsoever. And it's really smooth and it's come out really well. A job that would have taken at least 20 minutes to half an hour to do by hand is just 2 passes in the machine and job's done. So I'm really impressed with that. I'm just going to give it one more pass to see if it can flatten it any further. But I'm really happy with the current results I got. So overall, what do I think of this machine? To be honest, I think it's a fantastic machine. For the price of £279 in the UK, you can't go wrong with it, to be honest. For exactly what I need it for, it works perfectly. Again, I'm going to be using this to smoothen out some rough sawn lumber or timber, whatever you want to call it, and also just to surface paint some of the materials or projects I'm doing. So for example, I have these 2 edge grain chopping boards which I've made recently. I was put off hand planing these smooth and spending hours sanding, so I knew I was going to get the machine at some point and I held back, and I'm glad I did. The results are fantastic, and it literally took 2 or 3 passes and they're super flat, super smooth. a little bit of sanding and finish, and they're good to go. So again, really impressed. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. There's no issues whatsoever instead of straight out of the box. You may want to think about how to adjust the beds if they're not flat enough. Again, that's down to your preference. I don't need it for that much of an accuracy. It's more about the surface planing I need it for. And the width capacity is great. And that was one of the biggest sellers for me in getting one of these, is because it can plane a thicker and wider board. Not just a thick board, it can do wide board as well, up to 300mm, which is really wide for a small bench top planer. Dust extraction is great. It does throw a few chips out as it goes through. That's a given. You're never going to get a full. And maybe if I had a stronger dust extraction system, that wouldn't happen whatsoever. Just for what I have, it doesn't seem to be maybe strong enough for the amount of chips it's giving. And maybe if you got a standalone extractor just for this, it may do the job. But overall, I think it's great. I did turn this the wrong way as I was doing it. That's why I wasn't planing straight away. But adjustment wise, it's really accurate. It's really easy to do. Very small adjustments here and there. Overall, it has a soft start on the machine, which is quite nice. It isn't too loud if you got air defenders on, but if you don't, it will be quite loud. But that's with any of these sorts of machines, same as the table saw, as the planer, and the other kind of tool machines that are power. And it just makes the normal amount of noise any power tool would make. So yes, I would 100% recommend this. And first, I'm using something like this and I'm really impressed, and I can see myself using this a lot in future projects. Talking about future projects, if you want to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future projects, or if you want to check out my playlist I have already, feel free to check out my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And give us a thumbs up if you thought a review was good. If you've got any questions, drop me a comment below. I'll happily answer any questions that comes forward as long as I can. Again, highly recommend it. If you're thinking of buying one, go for this one. There are some other models out there within this price range, but I just found this one had a lot of reviews and a lot of feedback, which is quite positive. So I thought I'd jump on this one instead of the likes of Shepak, and I believe there's other ones that Triton have done, and the other kind of entry-level brands. But this Triton tool is great, and it's my first Triton tool I've owned. And generally, I'm really impressed with it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.